Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing. In today's video, it's going to be a quick one. I'm going to go over the brand new Global X covered call ETFs because they declared their first distribution. So we're actually going to go through the actual current distribution yields based on the current stock price, so you have an idea what kind of yields the new Global X covered call ETFs are actually having. And by the way, I'm filming this on May 31st over the weekend. So these yields are obviously going to be based on last Friday's prices, which means by the time this video comes out, I don't know when it is going to come out, the yields could obviously be different because the stock prices are different. So again, this is based on the prices right now. So let's go start with RSCL. This is the Global X Enhanced Russell 2000 covered call ETF, so basically a leveraged version of RSCC. And this one kind of puzzled me because the yield on RSCL is 14.88% based on a stock price of 21.12, based on the first distribution of 26.2 cents. But it's kind of weird because RSCC, the unleveraged version, actually has a higher yield right now of 15.46%. Which means my assumption is that this 21-cent distribution is going to be reduced, but we'll see what happens. 15.46% yield on a Russell 2000 covered call ETF without leverage seems a bit high to me. So my guess is that they're going to reduce it maybe next month or next couple of months. We'll see, because it makes no sense that the leveraged one has less yield than the non-leveraged one. So I think personally the RSCL yield should be maybe very, very similar to QQCL, if not maybe slightly a little bit higher than that. And QQCL's yield's about 15.93. So maybe it's not in the realm of, maybe this one is going to increase. So we'll see. But right now it's at 14.88. The next one is GLCL, which is a leveraged version of GLCC. So GLCC actually recently raised their distribution from 23 cents to 26 cents. Hopefully my face is not blocking that. This is gold producers, which have obviously done really well and do really well when gold price goes up. So GLCL right now is at a yield of 9.46%. So slightly higher than GLCC. So I have a feeling maybe GLCC or GLCL will increase their distributions. Remember, distributions are based on net asset value and volatility. So gold producer volatility is not that high, but it's been going up and up and up, which should help. So right now, GLCL, the current yield based on stock price of 2042, based on the first distribution, again, these could change, is just under 10%. Yield. So now we're moving on to the Canadian Telecom one, which is just three company, Bell, Telus, Rogers. So there's RNCC, the non-leveraged version, and RNCL, the leveraged version. So right now RNCC has a yield of 11.61% and RNCL has a yield of 14.18. So these numbers make a little bit more sense, where the leveraged one does have approximately 25% more yield. But the thing, or the major problem I see with this one, and it is number one, the stocks, Bell, Telus, Rogers, are not that volatile, but all three of them have a pretty substantial dividend, except for Bell reduced their dividend quite substantially, I think over 50%, which means I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a distribution cut with this one, because Bell Canada makes up a third of the portfolio. So one thing that does help this one is that the stocks have high dividends to begin with, but not that Bell anymore anyway. I think it's still maybe 5% yield or something like that. But anyway, our RNCC at 11.61, RNCL, the leveraged version, at 14.18. Moving on to the leveraged Bitcoin one. This is just Bitcoin with covered calls and 25% leverage and 2 distributions a month. So you have 24 distributions a year total every 2 weeks or so, which is pretty cool. So this one, the yield is 19.43%. So remember, to figure out the yield, you're going to have to do 17.5 cents times 24 instead of 12 times 24, and then you divide that by the current stock price times 100, and you get a yield of 19.43%. If we compare that to HBIX, by the way, the Harvest Bitcoin Enhanced Income ETF, which is essentially the same thing with a little bit of a smaller management fee, 65 basis points on HBIX instead of 85 basis points, but it has your regular monthly distribution. HBIX's yield is a slightly higher at 21.81. So HBIX yield is higher than a BCCL. And by the way, they have a non-leveraged version, BCCC, which the yield right now is just under 16%. It's 15.72%. And by the way, just a quick note that, of course, some of my favorites and the community favorites, USCL and QQCL, they've raised their distribution back to 25.5 cents. So in all of 2024, USCL was 23 cents. Then at the beginning of 2025, they raised it to 25.5, pretty substantial jump. But then it went back to it went down to 23.5 in the April declaration, and now they since re-raised it. So will they keep it? Will they reduce it? I don't know. Remember, guys, you can expect some sort of fluctuation. USCC, the non-leveraged version, did not change their distribution. The leverage one did. So maybe it has something to do with the leverage or something like that. But right now it's back at 25.5, which means the yield is 14.5 for USCL. And same thing happened with QQCL, right? It was 25 cents all of last year. Then they raised it to 29.5, reduced to 2 cents to 27.5, and now it's back at 29.5. Just under 16% yield for QQCL. This seems a little bit high to me, just a tad. So maybe, again, I gotta expect fluctuation with these up or down. It's not a matter of being good or bad. It's just the name of the game because of the premiums, the NAV, the leverage. There's a bunch of factors, but just want to point that out. So there you have it, everyone. Those are the distribution rate, not the dividend rates, the distribution rates for the new ETFs. So just in summary here, the Russell one, right now the leverage one is a lower yield than the non-leveraged one. I expect that to be corrected. GLCL, not super exciting, under 10% yield, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start they raise the dividend again for GLCC and GLCL as well, especially if gold does well. You have RNCL and RNCC, which is just the Canadian Telecoms. Remember, they do have pretty sizable dividends, but because of the Bell dividend cut, I wouldn't be surprised if reductions will come a little bit. But hey, RNCL right now 14% yield seems kind of high to me. I think more the 12% range would make more sense. And then you have the Bitcoin BCCL, which is about 2% yield lower than HBIX, but they have semi-monthly distribution, so you're going to get paid more or less every twice a month basically. With this one, the non-leveraged version is about 15, just under 16 actually. And then you have USCL and QQCL, which have they're both back at their original amounts of 2025, so at 14.5% yield and 15.93. So give me a thumbs up on this video, guys. I would really appreciate it. Make sure to check out the video description below for all the links and affiliate links and programs and products and all that. And take care, everyone. See you next time.